explain what we'll go through. So you've got a touch screen, you've got a 7-inch touch screen on there. Now if you come into your shop there and it's blank, you go, oh fuck, what's going on? You'll see that little light is lit.
Yep.
That means this has been pressed in.
Yep.
Someone will go against it and accidentally press it, and then everyone will freak out because your oven suddenly doesn't work. So I'll put those lights on there for that exact reason, so you can see.
People know. Yep.
So all you do there is follow the arrows, just twist that little pop out, your screen will come back on. Yep. So that's an emergency stop switch. If someone gets their tie caught in the belt and gets dragged through the oven,
bang. Yep.
But don't use it for a stop, like at the end of the night to turn it off, because it's not what it's for. It's a emergency switch. So, but they do get accidentally pressed sometimes. Someone might get a bit keen with their pizza and throw on there, and it hits that, and the oven will shut down.
Sure.
So if it turns off suddenly, that's the first thing you look at. Look at that light, and make sure
to get it started again.
Yeah, follow the arrows and turn it, and it's actually written in the back here, located the front panel. Not to be used as a general, it's accidentally pressed.
Gently rotate it.
Yeah, you don't want to go yanking it out.
And that'll fire up. Or is that's just turning this off?
No, it shuts the whole thing off.
Okay.
It completely shuts the power off.
Yep.
Yeah. It's basically a switch. So the incoming feed goes through that switch first, so it shuts everything down completely.
Okay.
Because when you have an electronic circuit, you want to have some kind of mechanical backup for it to shut it off. So there's also a high limit at the back, and your XLP will have that. The older Lincolns never had these, so it's something that I put on, because if the oven, the electronics have a hiccup, and for whatever reason the thermostat keeps going, that will eventually shut off as a safety.
Okay.
So that's something that I've added on to this one. And you'll be able to tell that strip. Now, I'm just going to jump ahead the screen here while we're talking about a high limit. So the high limit is actually shown on the maintenance screen here. So if that isn't lit, if you've got these two, so your fan motor is working, or rather you've got 24 volts going to the high limit, and that's tripped, your high limit won't be lit. So you can straight off say, oh, the high limit's tripped, and you go in there and reset it.
That didn't happen often, did it?
The high limit? No, never. No. Well,
I don't bother telling me.
Yeah. But it's there, because if it happens and you're like, what do I do? And you can't really see it behind there, and it's a safety feature that should be on it's on deep fryers, it's on anything that heats up that can get away from you. So otherwise it'll just melt down into a ball of metal. It'll just keep heating and heating forever and a day. So they have to have a high limit on them.
Fair enough.
So while we're still on that page, everything you do in there, I've had it saved to an EEPROM. It's memory. So if it's running and your power goes off, I mean, maybe in Durian your power will go off, and everyone thinks, oh well, stuff it, let's go home. And the power comes on at 3 o'clock in the morning. The oven will go, I'm on. Where was I? And it'll turn back on again.
Oh shit!
So you have to just turn it off at the wall before you go home. Because you don't want it, and it mentions that in there.
Oh, good.
So
that's the most important bit here, right?
Yeah. Just because, I mean, nothing will happen if it turns on at 3 o'clock in the morning. You get there in the morning and say, oh shit, the oven's on. What happened? And that's why.
Sure.
It won't hurt, but it's pointless having an oven running all night if there's nobody there.
Oh, that's for sure.
Any appliance, you always want to have it supervised to make. You don't want to let something run without someone being there. All right.
Now your name's on there, isn't it? You put your card in.
Yeah. It's on the screen. It's on here.
Oh, right.
It's everywhere. Yeah. Okay. So let's start at the beginning. So we've got a 7-inch.
I'm going to send you a link, so you'll be able to view it.
We've got a 7-inch touch screen. Now it's all fully customizable. You'll notice on here that there's a few different things, like this particular version had a raw dough. When it got to temperature, it changed to a cooked pizza. Just one of those functions. Your particular one has got your logo on the screen. If you can see that with the light, I'm not sure whether you need to drop that down a bit or
nice touch.
Yeah. So we turn the oven on. We turn the 3 switches. I might as well connect the bottle up quickly. Let's not heat it up too much. But
No, let's not.
We'll just get it. I'm just going to take these connections off.
You can run this on that gas meter.
Yeah,
They're very efficient, the Lincolns.
yeah, yeah.
Only 120 megajoules.
That's right.
40
Yeah, that
cents
is
an
neat.
hour.
Just going to take this cord.
Sure.
right?